Police officers love to bully citizens recording in public. But what happens when they tell an independent auditor to leave a place where he's perfectly allowed to be?
Are you, sir?
You're not, I'm the chief of police.
You're the chief of police? Can I get your name?
You can look it up on the internet if you're that smart.
But why would I have to look it up on the internet, sir?
What's your name?
Where's the professionalism?
What's your name?
Down. Because your sergeant doesn't know when he can legally identify somebody, and you're telling me I can't film in a police lobby? Yes, I sure can. I can film in a police lobby. It's my constitutional right. I have freedom of press in this country, sir.
Here's a crazy example of police being complete tyrants and violating people's rights. So, in this video, an independent journalist exposed Pooler police for their unlawful behavior by exercising his First Amendment right and seeing whether the officers will respect it or not. Here's how it all began.
We are at the City Hall here in Pooler, Georgia. We are here today to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants respect our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. Under Georgia law, there is no liability for an injury or death of an individual entering these premises if such injury or death results from the inherent risk of contracting COVID-19. Interesting.
After some reading of what the poster on the door said, the auditor enters the building and soon stumbles across some police officers. And this is where the juice starts.
Hey, how you guys doing? Here to see the city clerk. I'm just want to see the city clerk.
Somebody down here wants to see you. Yeah. How you doing, man? Good morning. From your police. Gotta get your temperature, please. You gotta get about an inch from your side. With the floor, you about an inch from there. There you go. That's perfect. Put shadows in the bowl right there for me, please. Just give me the lights. She's coming down to you.
Oh, okay, great.
He said that he wants to see the city clerk, and after a brief phone call, he's informed that the clerk will come see him herself.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Are you looking for the city clerk?
Yeah, I'm looking to do an open records request.
Okay. Do you want to do it verbally or do you want to fill out the form?
I want to fill out a form.
Okay, sure. You want to come with me?
Sure.
Are we still
You want me to-
wearing masks or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Do you have to go
Do you want me to?
Oh, he got a mask.
So, what happened right there was that they measured his temperature. Since it was COVID-19 season back when this happened, they had to ensure only healthy individuals were entering the building.
You take stairs. That's fine. Beautiful building you guys have here. Very beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome to have a seat right here.
All right, thanks.
Drive us social Christmas Eve. Okay, let me print out a form for you. I'll get it. I'm not sure if Arlie asked you downstairs. Is this just a general open records request or is it related to a police or fire item?
This is general for the city.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anything done with police or fire would be done at their offices?
Right. I
Okay.
can, have them called or bring them up. They have a separate open records request form.
Should be good.
So it's awesome.
You could just email it to me. That's
Sure.
fine.
Is your email address on
Yeah.
there? Okay. So generally it'll take probably a couple hours for me to get this together, but we do have 3 business days to get to.
Yeah,
so-
sure. Yeah, not a problem. It's not pressing or anything. Just whenever you can get around to it.
Sure. Now you want all city employees, not a specific department. or
All
anything?
city employees.
Okay,
Mhm.
sure. Do you need anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
Thank
sure.
you.
Do you want me to walk you down? Or do you want me to get out?
I can get down.
Okay.
That's fine. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
We're
All right, so everything went well at City Hall. Did our FOIA request, no issues. That's what I like to see. Now let's head over to the police department side and make sure that they respect our freedom of press rights.
Okay, so as he said, everything went smoothly. He filled out the form, and the clerk said she's going to email it to him in a few hours. It seems like the day is going great until he arrives to the police department.
Hey, how you doing today, sir? Yeah, can I just get your name and badge number first?
Can I help you? You're in an employee parking lot.
Can I just get your name and badge
Sergeant
number?
Self.
Sergeant Self?
Yep.
And your badge number?
615.
615?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't need any help.
Yeah, you're in an employee parking lot.
It's not a secure area.
It's an employee parking lot and you're not an employee.
This is...
And you're making employees feel uncomfortable.
In the matter of seconds, a police officer comes up to him and tells him that he's making employees uncomfortable. I'm sorry, what? He literally just walked past.
So
When they walk inside the building. So.
This parking lot is not a secured area.
Okay.
It's public property.
Okay.
It might be only for employee parking. I'm not parking in here. My car is not parked in here. I'm an independent journalist. I'm working on a story.
Well, this is for employees. You're not an employee and you're making
It's employees parking,
Listen
sir.
to me. You're making our employees feel uncomfortable when they come in and out from their vehicles. So that's where the problem is.
The officer repeats himself again, looking like a true NPC, repeating the same thing again and again. But you can hear how he's starting to get a little angry. Meanwhile, another officer arrives. Let's continue and see what happens.
I don't understand what you're saying, because how would I make somebody feel uncomfortable? I don't understand.
Because you're not an employee and you're in an employee parking lot. You're making the employees feel uncomfortable. Female employees.
This is an employee parking lot, like you said. I'm not parking. I'm a journalist exercising my freedom of press right in a public area. This is public. Like if I was behind those gates over there behind you, that would be a restricted area. Do you suspect me of committing a crime, sir?
Do you have your ID on you?
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
Do you have your ID on you?
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
Do you have your ID on you?
Sir, I need to know if you're suspecting me of committing a crime first.
I'm a police officer. I asked you for your ID. I need you to give me your ID.
Sir, with all due respect, sir, can I speak to another supervisor? I understand that you're a sergeant, but I
am the supervisor here.
I understand, but then you should know as a supervisor, sir, that unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed a crime in the state of Georgia, you cannot lawfully demand my ID from me.
Okay, what I told you was you're making employees feel uncomfortable. I've asked you for your ID. You're on
That's not a
property.
crime, sir. That's not a crime.
The auditor is completely right here, and it's actually a shame that the officer, who is a sergeant and claims to be the supervisor in the area, doesn't know that simple law.
I'm asking, you should know that in Georgia, you have to have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime that's been committed, sir. I just told you I'm engaged in a constitutionally protected activity.
Yeah, and you're
freedom of press.
You don't belong in this parking lot. You're
suspicious is not a crime, sir. Suspicion is not a crime. You know that, Sergeant. Come on, you know, suspicion is not a crime.
Okay, let me see your driver's license, please, or an ID.
Sir, I don't have a legal obligation to give you a driver's license or an ID, sir. I don't understand. Am I being detained?
No, you're not being detained. You can keep on walking.
Okay, if I'm not being detained, I'm going to continue about my business, sir.
I'm going to do it here.
I'm an independent journalist. Who are you, sir?
You're not, I'm the chief of police.
You're the chief of police. Can I get your name?
You can look it up on the internet if you're that smart.
But why would I have to look it up on the internet, sir?
What's your name?
Where's the professionalism?
What's your name?
Okay, so as the first officer seems to have ran out of words to say, the other one, who seems to be on an even higher position, starts arguing with the auditor. However, this one is verbally abusing his authority even more and starts the conversation off way more aggressively than his colleague.
Where's the professionalism?
My sergeant asked you for a driver's license.
If you tell me your name and identify yourself.
We're not making tits for tats. This is an employee parking lot. You're not an employee. You have no business.
This is. I'm not parking here.
Is
this fenced off? Look, I want to make it very clear. It's not a fenced off area.
Let me make it very clear. This is an employee parking lot.
There's no trespassing signs or anything like that, sir. I'm not breaking the law, sir. I'm actually engaged in a constitutionally protected activity, and I feel like you're trying to bully me along with your sergeant. And sir, who are you? Who are you, sir?
He's one of my employees.
Okay, one of your employees. I feel like all three of you are trying to bully me and trying to exert authority over me that you don't have. Demanding ID. Your sergeant doesn't understand that he cannot demand ID lawfully unless he has reasonable articulable suspicion I've committed a crime.
Why are you in my parking lot?
That's a failure. That's a failure on your part, sir. You're supposed to educate your employees, correct?
Why are you in my parking lot?
They should know I'm working. Like I told your sergeant, I'm not just not answering questions. I cannot answer questions, but I'm answering. I'm an independent journalist. I'm gathering content for a story on the city.
You can see it in the officer's eyes that he actually knows he's wrong, but keeps on being loud about how the auditor can't be walking in the parking lot they're in. Let's see what happens next.
I was inside doing a FOIA request.
No.
Yes, I was.
Tag numbers and everything like that.
Who says I'm recording anybody's? And plus, it's public information. You guys run tags all day. People drive around all day in the city with tags on. It's not like any private information. Do I have a database where I can look up people? Come on, you gotta think logically here. I don't have a database where I can just type in somebody's, license plate and figure out who they are. Let's be real.
I'm going to ask you to leave.
Are you ordering me to leave?
I'm ordering you
under
to
threat
leave.
of arrest, sir?
I'm ordering you. This is the third time I've told you to leave my parking lot.
I'm gonna go on a public sidewalk and I'm gonna continue to record.
going?
I'm gonna continue to record your parking lot and I'm gonna hit you up with civil litigation over this, just so you know, because you're violating a constitutionally protected activity. And in this small town here, you might think that you're gonna get away with it, but you're not. I'm telling you right now, Chief. And I don't know your name, but
I don't know your name either.
you are the public servant here, sir. You are the public servant here. All you're doing is you're allowing your city, you're portraying your city in a negative light for the world to see. Remember that. Remember I told you that, Chief.
Yes.
So this is a public sidewalk, correct? This is a public sidewalk, make sure. You guys are nothing but a bunch of bullies. You're not gonna get my ID. You're not gonna get my ID. And I'm gonna start civil litigation against you.
It's funny how the officers just leave the scene, as they realize the auditor is way smarter than they are. And since he stepped on that sidewalk, there's nothing more they can complain about.
Crazy. Trespassed me from an open parking lot, not restricted area or anything. Let's go catch up with them. Can I be trespassed from this sidewalk that's right in front of the parking lot? Ridiculous. Chief, I want to submit a complaint. Chief, I want to submit a complaint. You're not getting away with this one. You might get away with them. You might get away with them normally on a regular basis, but not today. I want to submit a complaint. So I go inside to do that, or
Get him a complaint form. You get your complaint form.
Public insurance.
I need your names. It is your policy to give me your name. Who do I know I'm filing a complaint against?
You figure it out.
Oh, I got to figure it
Everything
out. That's real
else. You know
professional.
everything else.
That's real professional.
Go ahead.
Nah, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
You're behind you. Okay. You want to file a complaint?
You guys are the ones that are being aggressive here. You're not walking behind me.
Walk about a flagpole and he'll go get you a.
I will. Don't worry about it. I will. What's your name? I need to file a complaint against you.
Chief Ashley Brown.
Chief Ashley Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And your name, sir? Be professional. Come on. Is it really that serious? You're not making yourself look good here. I'm just asking you for your name. Your name, sir? Oh, okay. Thank you. Your name, sir?
Heinzman,
Heinzman? And do you have a badge number, Heinzman?
654.
654? Thanks.
You get a report. So you can file a complaint.
Yeah, I know you don't care, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Then comes civil litigation, Chief. Then comes civil litigation. Because I was trespassing in your parking lot. That's a public parking lot.
Hey, we're not going to debate it. You want to file a complaint?
You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. Let's make that clear.
The officers actually give him their names, which comes out as of kind of a surprise, since they weren't looking like they wanted to do that at first. Then, the argument continues, as the auditor lets them know they're in legal trouble after the harassment in the parking lot, which was actually public, not private, as they wanted to make him think.
You don't tell me what to do, so you're the public servant here.
You want to file the complaint?
I do want to file a complaint. You can go get it. I'm not stopping you. You guys have a bad attitude, especially you, Sergeant. You came over here trying to threaten me with my ID. You got a bad attitude, man. You got to learn Georgia state law.
That's your matter of opinion.
So do you understand that under Georgia state law, you cannot demand ID from law-abiding citizens, sir? Do you understand that or not? Was that on the sergeant's exam? Or was it? Maybe I'll put a suggestion in that should be on the sergeant's exam. When you can and cannot identify a law-abiding citizen. You fill it out.
You don't need to.
I can fill it out here.
No.
This is a public lobby. You're gonna kick me out of a public lobby too, Chief?
Oh, fill it out then.
All right,
wanna
thank
fill it
you.
out?
Excuse me.
You need to borrow your pen too, or?
Excuse me.
You can't record while you're in here.
Why can't I record while I'm in here? I have a constitutional right to film the police in the course of their duty, sir. Is this department so uneducated and so inept at their job that it must be from the top down? Because your sergeant doesn't know when he can legally identify somebody, and you're telling me I can't film in a police lobby?
The auditor is completely right when saying that this department is completely uneducated, since it really seems like that is the case. The funniest thing is, though, that the auditor is about to file a complaint right in front of them, in their own lobby. Let's see how they react to that.
Yes, I sure can. I can film in a police lobby. It's my constitutional right. I have freedom of press in this country, sir. What country do you think you live in?
Are you with the press?
Yes, I am with the press.
Let me see your ID.
No, I'm not showing you
Get
ID.
out.
I'm not showing you any
Get out my
ID, sir.
building.
You're required to show us.
Get out your building. Get out the building. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Yeah, no problem. How do I file the complaint if I can't get in the building? Hello? Hello?
I don't think anyone anticipated that, but they actually kicked the auditor out of the building, which is crazy.
These guys are crazy. Get out my building. This is the people's building, not yours. All right, let's try and open the door. Who do I hand the complaint form to when I'm done?
Once you're done, I'll give it.
Okay, and do I get like a receipt number or something like that? There's no receipt number for your complaints?
No.
You don't get...
But you'll have it recorded. So.
Oh, yeah, I will. You're right. You're right. What a bunch of clowns. Pooler Police Department. Clowns. We're gonna fill out this complaint on Ashley Brown, the Chief of Police. Who investigates the Chief of Police? Crazy. All right, guys, so we just filled out our Pooler Police Department citizen written complaint form.
All done?
Yeah, right here it says, all parties filing a formal written complaint are entitled to receive a copy of the original statement free of charge. So I would like it for receiving supervisor can sign right there and give me a copy as it's stated on the form. You guys are a bunch of bullies. Abuse of authority.
After requesting a copy, the auditor requests something else. But will the officers give it to him? Let's see.
You know what? I want to do a public records request too. Let's find out how much money you guys are making abusing your authority. How much tax dollars you're taking from everyone.
You make a copy of that for me?
Is that an open records request?
Yep. Some police records over here. So funny.
Do we have a
They don't want me recording, but there's cameras in here. Ridiculous. The irony.
Here's your open record request if you want to fill it out. They tell you how to do that, and here's your copy, okay?
Okay. My copy.
Yep.
Will you guys allow me to do it here? I don't understand what's the big deal.
Not if you're recording.
But where's the signs that says I can't record in here? Where's the law?
We don't have to have signs.
You sure do. This is a constitutionally protected activity.
So,
That's what this is.
As soon as you pass through that doorway, you're now private property. To the
It's
city of
public
Pooler.
property.
There's sensitive information, and both these windows that can be called on video, so you can't record them.
Okay, yeah. All right. Sure thing.
So they again tell the auditor that he cannot record in there, even though they're wrong. It looks like he doesn't want to argue with them anymore, just to be sane, so he goes out and finishes the paper business out there.
If I went in there with a spy camera or my sunglasses that record, it wouldn't be an issue. But these guys are just looking for a reason to lock me up, so we're not going to push it, but, you know, we'll put them in the court of public opinion. Let's fill out this open records request. Yep, so what I'm requesting is all police department employees' names, titles, and salaries.
Okay.
Can I get a copy of that too?
It'll be sent to who does our open record request. And you didn't finish filling the form out. It requires an address at the top.
No, I don't have to put an address.
Complaint not going to be accepted. You didn't fill the form out correctly.
No, that's not how it works. Bring the chief out here.
That's it is how it
You're
works.
allowed to do an anonymous complaint.
Okay. You did not make it anonymous?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you that the complaint's not valid.
It doesn't matter.
Because
I want to
you didn't
speak to the
fill it out.
chief.
No.
I want to speak to the
The
chief.
chief's not here. You got me. I'm the one accepting the complaint.
You're accepting the complaint on yourself.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you that you didn't fill the form out correctly. So
You can submit a complaint anonymously.
let me explain to you how something simple here. Anonymous would mean you didn't put your name and phone number, so you took the anonymous part out.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, whatever.
Certain
Like,
parts of it can be
okay.
certain parts
All
of it can be
right.
anonymous.
Are you done?
I don't have to
You
get have to give you my name.
All right.
I don't have to give you my address.
You don't. But
You're just being difficult.
Okay.
Sergeant, a little bit of de-escalation training
Okay.
will take you a long way. You need to learn. I understand you learned from your chief, who's also a bully and a tyrant, but you need to learn. Don't talk to people that way. You understand?
all right, have a safe day, okay?
Yeah. Tyrant.
It's important to note here how the auditor overpowered that supervisor to a point where he said, "Okay, whatever," and actually took the complaint, despite claiming it wasn't correctly completed at first. Ridiculous.
Crazy. These guys looking for any reason to lock me up. I know you didn't get involved really, but a little bit of de-escalation training goes a long way. There's no one was breaking any laws here. No one was doing anything wrong. I told you what was my purpose here. I didn't have to tell you that. I didn't have to tell you anything. I could have remained silent. I told you I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story. There's no need for any of this. You guys want to escalate the situation. Are you a detective or a sergeant?
I'm just an employee, man.
You're just an employee? All right. Well, hopefully you'll see. You'll see. This behavior is going to be put on display for the world to see. And I know you didn't say much while you were here, which is probably the smartest move, but your department's going to be under major public scrutiny. So maybe things can change going forward. That's the whole point. Hopefully you guys can get some education and learn that you can't bully people on the street, law-abiding citizens. All right? You take care now.
All right, man. Take care.
After the short last conversation, the auditor goes outside and records a little more, just to prove that he can in fact do that whenever he pleases.
Not worth getting arrested over just to step foot on their parking lot, but we're gonna film from the sidewalk here. Their parking lot still, so kind of defeats their purpose of, you know, kicking me out of the parking lot, unlawfully trespassing me, but we're just gonna stick around for a few more minutes and then we'll get out of here. All right, guys, so we're just getting out of the city hall and the police department in the city of Pooler, Georgia. Definitely a big time fail here. Trespass from a publicly accessible parking lot, trespass from a public lobby. I was treated with such disregard, disrespect, unprofessionalism. The chief of police himself wouldn't identify himself until the very last minute. I would just say that if my name was Ashley and I was a man, I probably wouldn't want to identify myself to a member of the public either. Maybe that's the reason, but either way, he should have been professional and identified himself. It just goes to show that when you have bad leadership at the top, it trickles down to the entire department. So I would definitely classify this department here in the city of Pooler as a bunch of tyrants, because if their chief of police is a tyrant, then they all must be tyrants, because he sets the example. He's the one that's supposed to investigate complaints and hold them accountable for their actions. And obviously he's not going to do that because he doesn't hold himself accountable for his own actions.
Now, the only thing left to do was to speak to the mayor of Pooler to get some changes done in the Pooler Police Department, because clearly, many things are wrong there.